All right, so first question, how do you like Mercer as a student of color?
I like Mercer, there's a lot of diversity here. When I mean diversity, I mean within the black culture, like there's Jamaicans, there's Haitians, there's Africans, all that. So I like to stay around, my people, and even go to like events like such as like culture night, and seeing all that stuff. So it reminds me of who I am when I go to those kind of things. So that aspect of Mercer, I do like being a person of color.
So as a student of color, how do you like Mercer University?
Well, it's pretty okay. It's pretty okay. At first, you meet a lot of new people, like people from all walks of life, all different circumstances, classes, races, all that stuff. But then, as like time goes on, people just branch off into their little cliques and stuff. So it's like people of color just like interact with other people of color and no one else, and other people do the same. So at first it's pretty great, but you'll find those people who you really want to talk to.
So if you change your pace,
Okay.
you do. If you felt like you want to go to a private university, a private institution, not too many people have heard of, and if they do, it'd be like, oh wow, you're smart, then go here. But be ready for your education, be ready to fight for your education.
Yeah, the academics is unprecedented.
It is.
That's it though. Like,
It is rigorous.
quality education.
But college is what you make it.
My professors
If
are
it's-
12 out of 10.
Some of
That's all.
them.
Like,
Some of them. It depends what program you're on.
true enough.
She's not in the CLA.
CCJ is quality.
Media, we can speak for media. Business school, the business school
Also
is great.
quality.
The media school
Education
is
is also fine.
great. CLA, yes, education is
CLA
great.
pretty much everything. Is,
Nah,
Except
people
for,
tell me they don't like the CLA.
most of them are dumb the way they say that. So like you can't really.
Edit that out.
Don't
What
edit that out.
Your sciences, if you're a science major, anywhere near that, be ready. But also, once again, college is what you make. Be prepared to make a lot at Mercer, because it's not given to you. It's not fun until you make it fun.
Okay. Any last words?
Mamba out.
To be at a institution of higher learning like Mercer, where we have really overcome a lot of circumstances and situations where the cards weren't really dealt in our favor, but we were able to rise above the scenario and situation, get to this place. I feel like I'm surrounded by a lot of people who are like-minded, a lot of successful black people, a lot of motivated and determined black people, and that's something that you don't see a lot in society. You see a lot of black people on TV shows rapping, doing this, doing that, but now that we're surrounded by like-minded black individuals who are dedicated to becoming successful, I think it's a really good environment to grow as a black person, as a person in general.
As a person, a student of color, how do you like Mercer University?
Trash.
Interesting. Can you elaborate, please?
It's very obvious when certain people who lack melanin are treated differently than people who have a lot of melanin. For example, Mercer is a dry campus, but the white Greeks get to drink all day, like all over campus in public, like early afternoon to late afternoon. Red Solo cups everywhere, and they don't get in trouble, but black Greeks can't do anything like that, and they have like shut down parties where there was no alcohol.
Well, here at Mercer University, it's definitely different. This technically isn't a PWI statistically, but when you walk around, it definitely seems like a PWI. Often when I'm in class, I'm usually the only black person, but I'm definitely the only black person that isn't an athlete. And it's really something when you show that you're not an athlete and they wonder like, how are you here? Especially how much Mercer costs. Like, how did you get here if you're not playing a sport? And so that's something that you always have to keep in the back of your mind. People have these preconceived notions about who you are, how you got to where you are today, and what you're going to be. And when you come to college, you really get to see that because it's a melting pot of different types of people with different types of backgrounds and different types of ideals. My motto is the more you do, the less you wait. So the more you do, the less you wait, people start to notice you. But then outside of the black community, you are seen as, oh, the exception. He's just a good one. And so that takes a toll, but it's all about the mentality that you have. Just make sure that you're making the most of what you're trying to do, and you will always find your way.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, daughter. That was a beautiful interview. Okay.
I think it's fine. I don't know what to compare it to be completely honest with you. That's the thing. So, I mean, for me, it's been all right. There's been the ups and downs, but for the most part, it compares to the way this nation is. I don't know what to
I mean, I think Mercer is pretty good. Students of colors have really tight community on Mercer's campus. So even though it's a PWI, it's still like there's people that you know are going to be like you and share the same similar experiences to you. So it's pretty good.
I think it's really good. I haven't noticed any discrimination. They're definitely they treat you just like everyone else. It's not like they single you out or give you not special treatment or special treatment. They treat you like everyone else, they treat you like a person. It's not so much tied to race at all. That's what I like about Mercer. It's not even a question of that.
I think the school is pretty good at treating Black people. I mean, it's pretty diverse. It's about 30% Black. We have a lot of opportunities, roughly the same as the white people. We don't really have professors and stuff who discriminate, so everything's good in that area.
What's the social environment like?
For Black people or just for everybody?
For Black people.
Oh, we do what we can, so we keep it pretty live. Greek life has grown since we came as freshmen, because we're seniors now, but when we were freshmen it wasn't as big. Black Greek life, and then and now even multicultural Greek life, so that's bigger. In terms of, we have OBS, ASA, CSA. There's different groups of people of color on campus and we do what we need to do. We have culture night and all these different things that keep us entertained.
I typically try to just hang around Black people, honestly, but most of the Black people, they're cool and everything, but you can definitely tell when they're judging for no reason, stereotyping, and I think it's just the day and age that we live in. I mean, they say we've come so far, which we have, but there's still a lot that needs to get done.
It's very good, honestly, compared to other campuses I've been to when I was doing rolling. However, I do sense there is a hate-love relationship with the African community and the Black American community. I'm just a Black American, but I do have African descent on my mother's side, specific African descent. So it's not necessarily I'm a middle person, but at the same time, I kind of understand both sides, and I kind of wish we would get out of that mindset and just understand that we're all treated like Black children here, not just Black Americans, not just Africans, but Black.
As far as social life goes on Mercer's campus, how do you think the Black social...
Boring.
Can you elaborate?
But the only times where the Black community really comes together is for a party or a probate. And that's really it. So there really is not much of a strong Black culture here outside of that.
I mean, I came from a school that was very diverse. We had all types of people. And it's coming here, I'm at least in high school, I had a lot of diverse friends. I was friends with everybody. So here, I don't have diverse friends like that. And it's not a problem. It's just dang, it's really like that. They really don't want to talk. They're actually scared. Some of them, they don't even look at you twice. They're frightened. And I'm where's this coming from? I'm not going to hurt you.
I went to this sociology lecture, criminal justice thing. And one of the sociology professors said it. She said she came from a place where everybody looked like her. Mind you, she was Caucasian. Everybody looked like her. She didn't really see anybody that was different from her. They've been through the same things. And I think they've never dealt with anybody other than, so they don't know what to do or how to conduct themselves, and they only see the things that are portrayed, whether you're Black, Hispanic, whatever. They only see what is portrayed in the media. So that's how they conduct themselves when they're around you.
And last question, what advice can you give to upcoming Black freshmen that are going to be at Mercer University?
Transfer as soon as you can.
All right.
Go to an HBCU. I'm not playing. Do it. This is your last chance.
Either join organizations that cater to minorities, or maybe try to befriend some, just so you have people like you who can probably share your experience and just your lifestyle probably just so you don't feel like an outsider as much. Because I feel the white students pretty much, they have each other, but sometimes you can feel kind of alone. So I would say try to find people who you connect with and who culturally and socially you can get along with.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of what I was gonna say. Like especially joining other organizations that cater to minorities or that cater to you as a black student, like OBS, Organization of Black Students, ASA, other like type organizations. You can find people of similar interests. Like we're in the National Association of Black Journalists.
Yeah.
So like find that, and I guess like Aaron was saying, that core group of friends that you can identify with. And of course, they don't all have to be black.
Yeah.
I would say put yourself out there. Really just go to as many events as possible and just really get to know like your fellow black students here at Mercer. Like, you won't really regret it.
Join minority mentors, that's first, because if you do not, it's kind of hard to get involved with a lot of the stuff that's going on between black people on campus. Also, while I didn't do it, joining a Black Greek organization will be favorable for you because you get to meet people, you get to deal with the community more, you're more hands-on, and I feel like it's a good experience because if you don't, you're going to feel left out, kind of feel like, unless you have like this group of friends that you get close with, you're going to kind of feel like weird, awkward, out of place and stuff like that.
Stay away from frat boys. Number one, watch yourself freshman year because the hyenas are out here. Okay, but also as a freshman, you just being black, there's not a lot of as much pressure, I would say, but of course, remember this is still the South. It's still Macon. It's still Trump country. So you have to watch out for certain people. Don't be too triggered in, INT classes because you're going to come across people here at Mercer. If you went to like a school in New York, you might not. But here at Mercer, you might come across people who will be like, I've never met a black person before in my whole life. They're like from somewhere in Georgia and they just are not really here for the same experiences. But I think that the other black people, like your seniors, black community at Mercer are like pretty good peeps. Like there's gonna be some good people. So like clubs like MAPS or Minority Mentors, there's always gonna be like a good black squad here that'll like have your back. So
right.
Yeah.
Just be who you are. Don't get sucked into the drama of the school. It's a small school, so everyone will know everything.
Sure.
That's for sure.
Sure.
So don't get sucked in and stay close to your roots.
Okay.
Join orgs. That's how I met most of my friends. Like join something like. And all the organizations and the leaders are pretty friendly and open, so join something. WeBB, OBS, ASA, CSA, like there's always going to be something. So join something and meet people that you think are going to be similar to you.
Have you been in any drama?
Me, all the time.
All the time. All the time.
All the time.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. Good luck, Will.
Go to ASA events. Whether you're black or white, you should go because they're amazing. Like they make you think about African culture in a different light. That's really good.
Y'all just make sure you get into the groups that you want to get in. Don't be forced to get into OBS. Don't be forced to get into ASA. They're great organizations, but if you feel as though you want to join something else that doesn't always have to do with your race, go ahead and do it. But I would say it's a great opportunity to get to know the black community here first, especially if you're into, like being comfortable in your own skin, especially if you want to get that type of perspective at Mercer. But also don't exclude yourself from the other communities like MSA and the point blank organizations, poetry organizations, as well as the other literary organizations that are mostly white. But it's a good variety here at Mercer is what's important.
Know who you are. Don't try to fit anyone's norms, and if people judge you, let them. Try to find a group of people who you feel comfortable around and stick to it.
Okay. Thank you so much, girl.